Hello everyone, it's Barry. I'm so glad you're here. We're going to create a very fun, interactive, fun fold card called the pyramid card. That's right. It's shaped like a pyramid, but it's very easy to make. And I'm going to show you step by step how to create one. Now these cards have been around for quite some time, and they're a lot of fun, not only to make, but for the recipient, because once they're folded, they fold flat for mailing. And then the recipient receives it, they simply put it together, and then they have a card to display on their mantle or shelf. It's great fun. So you ready to make this? Let's do it together. Come on. Okay, let's get started. All you really need for this particular card is 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. Be any color. For this particular one, I'm going to use white. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut it at 4 inches and make 3 4-inch cubes. So I've got my short side along the 8.5 by 11, and I'm going to cut this at 4, and again at 4, and then turning it to the long side, I'm going to cut a 4, another 4, and another 4. We need 3 4 by 4 rectangles. And there we go. And once we got those all cut, now we just need to score them. And what I do when I'm scoring is I just use my track inside my trimmer, and I line up the corners into the groove. And then once I get it in, centered in there, I use my scoring tool and score it down. We're going to do all 3 of those just like that. So I like to, again, put the corner right there in the corner groove and score. And again, score. There we go. Simple as that. Now, let's put those off to the side and let's get our designer series paper. For this particular project, I'm using the Belle Once Upon a Time from Keep It Simple. And I love this paper. I think it's a lot of pretty designs, a lot of pretty colors. Plus, I'm a Belle kind of guy, so I kind of really wanted to use Belle. And what I saw on the back side was this pretty print right here of Mrs. Potts and Chip. And I thought, this is what I want to do. So I'm using this piece, and I'm going to cut this down. I need 2 squares of 3 3/4. So I'm going to take it on the short side here and cut it to 3 3/4. I'm going to turn it around and cut it at 3 3/4. And one more at 3 3/4. Instead of scoring this piece, what I want to do is I want to cut it at a diagonal. So just like we did for scoring, I'm going to line up the corners inside my track and then gently place the blade down into the center and then click it through like that. Then you get two nice triangle pieces. And I'm going to do the same thing with this piece. We're only going to use 3 of the 4 of these. All right. And there we go. Cool. Lastly, I'm going to take a piece of the same designer series paper. And this time I kind of liked this faux sparkle paper. It's gold, but it looks like it's sparkly. And I need just 2 1.5. So what I'm going to do is cut this off at 1.5. I need just 2 1.5 squares. Just cut 1.5 there. And I'm going to cut 1.5 And again, one more at 1.5. There we go. All right. And again, I'm going to cut these at a diagonal, lining up those corners inside the groove. Place my blade down inside it and run it through. Again, we're only going to use 3 of those, but we're going to cut 4, or 2 of them to make 4. Oops, I think that'll still work. Yep, worked out just fine. Okay, your cutter is now done. We can move that off to the side. Let's bring back in our bases. Okay, here they are. And let's give them a quick crease like this. And using my bone folder, we can get a really good crisp. There we go. And let's do the same thing here. Right there on that crease. Good, crisp creases. Okay. Now this paper right here has got kind of a nice white shine to it, which I really love. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, I like to think of this with your mountain fold, with the paper folded as a mountain fold. I want it to go north and south, so your crease is going up and down. Okay, up and down in front of you. Then, with your 2 other pieces, they're going to go at an angle so that the top portion, again, mountain fold, is going to meet at the top of your north side, lining it up right with your crease on your north and south version. And we're going to do this and just put a little glue right, not on this whole panel, just at this top portion, because you'll see as this sits down here, it doesn't go all the way down to the bottom. So what we want to do is just put the glue just about 3/4. Okay, just about 3/4 like that. And then this is going to fit right on top of here. Again, matching up the crease from your north and south version, and then this crease hitting at the top of your north facing crease. And we're going to do the same thing with this side. Again, the crease, your mountain fold, is going to be on your left side, and you want that tip to go to the north side. And you want to add a little glue, not on this whole panel, just about 3/4 of it. Okay, just like that. And then this is going to sit on top of here, lined up just exactly across from the other one, with that point hitting the north spot. And there you go. Now when you fold it closed, look at that. We got a nice teepee card or pyramid card. Now, once that's done, we just need to decorate it. And that's where these panels come in. So what I'm going to do is put a panel here, and there'll be about a 1/4 inch border around it. So with that, we're going to turn it over, add a little glue, as you can see, just a little line of glue. And wet glue works really well because you have a little bit of wiggle room. You can use the tape runners as well, but I find that I don't get as much wiggle room. And I want some wiggle room with this. Okay, and I put it on there, beautifully lined up here, with just that, again, that little bit of border around it. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to look and see if there's a piece where some of my, yeah, that's good. Turning it over, and again, using some glue. Just like that. And gluing it down. Keeping in mind that 1/4 inch border around everything. And then we're going to do this top corner right up here. There we go. And lastly, put that down here. All right. Now, remember we have these pieces. Now, if you look, when I close it up, look at that. See, isn't that nice? Now, we've got these extra pieces right here that we want to cover up. Now, you don't have to. Of course, you don't have to. But I'm going to, and that's why we cut these little triangles of that faux gold. Turning it over, I'm going to glue down this and fit it in the corner just like that. And again, that's going to have a little bit of a border around it, ever so slightly. And we're going to do another one. And put it in this corner. Okay. See how that gives that a little bit of a wiggle? A little bit of wiggle room with that wet glue. Now, you'll see that I've got this piece right here. So I want to make sure that I glue on this piece so that the top of the triangle will go inward. Okay? So again, a little bit of glue. And then put it down here. Okay, and there is your basis of your card. Now, you can write your sentiment here or on the back. Now, how do you get it closed? Now, there are several ways to do it. I've seen it done. You can do like a little razor blade cut right here so that it goes into a notch. You can also put a brad, poke a brad through here so that the brad holds it closed, the lip of the brad. Or what I have got, and that I prefer, are these little Velcro strips that I got off of Amazon. Just little Velcro sticky little dots. So we've got the one version of it, and they're sticky on the one side. So what's fun about this is I know where this corner is. So I'm going to take ahead and see if you can put this little piece of Velcro here, the back side, and then you want the fuzzy side of it. This is kind of fun, is just put it on top of it because you know it's going to close. And now the sticky is right there. And then I just close it, closed. Give it a little push, little squeeze there, and then it stays down. And then I can just lift it up with the Velcro. Perfect. And that is your card. Now all we have to do is embellish it. And this is what fun part of embellishing. Now, because it is Belle card, I decided to go through some of the ephemera. Now, there's a lot of different ephemeras that come with this Belle pack. Just really wonderful colors, a lot of pieces. And so I picked out some of my favorites. Here's the ones I picked out. I picked out this Belle in her yellow ball gown, which I loved. And then I wanted a little bit of Lumiere as well. And then just to give her a little base to stand off of, I cut this circle out of that same faux gold sparkle paper. I just did a circle, and it kind of ties it in. And what I want to do is I'm going to stick this on the front here, like this. There we go. Just a little line of glue down there, just to give her a backdrop. Okay. Just like that, as you can see. Now, when I put Belle on, she's fine. I liked it, but it's got a white border around her. And so I didn't really want the white to show. But here's a trick for you. Just take one of your Copics. Since my background and her dress is yellow, I decided to use a light yellow. It's called Pale Yellow Y11. And what I'm going to do is just gently go around and just get rid of most of this white. Just ever so slightly. Okay. It's not a big deal. I just kind of didn't want her to glow so much. I kind of wanted her to be part of the scene, but not really popped too much. And same with Lumiere. He had a lot of white going on. So what I did is I just took the marker. I'm just taking the marker and coloring in just around him a little bit so that the white doesn't show up as it's completely covered. And then he kind of just is on the paper or on my design. And I did that with the yellow hearts as well, or the hearts, the red hearts. I had a little bit of yellow around it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, I think I want to pop her up a little bit. I want to have her stand up a little bit. So with that, I'm going to take some pop dots. And I'm going to go ahead and give her some dimension. Cutting up some sizes here, just like this. This is a double-sided. It's also from Keep It Simple, and it's for shaker cards, but I like it because I can cut it to the shape I want. And there she is. I'm going to go ahead, if you can see, I'm going to put her on just right there in the center. Yeah, I like that. And now, with these little flowers, I kind of wanted these roses. Those are going to kind of, I guess, frame her. So I'm going to put this piece, I like it right there. Just glue that down. And there is no popping of this. I'm just gluing them straight down to that circle that I have, just to give her a little bit more around her. And now for little Lumiere, I think it'd be cute if he was right there on her skirt. He's like he's dancing with her, just like right about there. So I'm going to just go ahead and only where he is going to be attached to her skirt or dancing down by her skirt. I'm going to add a little bit of glue there. Glue that down. There we go. All right. And then lastly, I have this little red heart too. This little teeny red heart. So what I'm going to do is just glue this down here. Pop this over here in that corner there, and voila. There it is, all decorated up. And then when you're ready to mail it, it just folds flat, and there it is. It goes inside your envelope. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have fun, and I hope you get a chance to do one of these pyramid or TP cards. Very easy and very fun, yet extremely fun for a recipient to receive and put it together and then place it on the mantle or a shelf. All right, thank you, and we'll see you next time.